Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Racers Driving League Season 12, round number 13 of the Championship here, the Italian Grand Prix at the Monza circuit here. Of course, home of Ferrari, home of AlphaTauri, both of whom have picked up wins here in the last couple of years. Ferrari in 2019, AlphaTauri in 2020. And of course, McLaren took the victory last year, but here we are then for our Racers Driving League event here at the fabled circuit. Getting underway for qualifying here, and Zach Sherman, who's returning to Aston Martin this week, already out in his qualifying lap. So we'll have to wait for him to get around and to take you through a lap of the Monza circuit here. Quite an eventful race last week in Zandvoort. Very impressive Grand Prix, in which South Landlord took the victory and managed to re-extend his championship lead over Salve Blaze. 173 points to 137 in the championship. BJ now in third for Williams. 122 points on the board. So looking at things here, making his way through sector number 3 now. So keep an eye out on Zach Sherman as he comes through to begin his first flying lap here to get this one underway. I'll take you on a lap of the Monza circuit off the last corner to get this one going. So down the main straight towards the line, gear 8 already deployed, reaching 200 miles an hour here as he crosses the line to begin that lap. It's a long run down towards that first corner, very tight turn 1. Hard left and sorry, hard right and an immediate hard left as he makes his way through. Good exit there, making his way now towards Curva Grande, that long sweeping right-hander. Coming towards the sector 1 split, let's see what he comes up with. So it's a 26.6 to start things off. Now into the chicane here. I want to be careful of the sausage curbs here because you may go airborne should you hit them. Just keep an eye on those orange curbs over the course of the Grand Prix itself. Through the two Lesmos here, two very quick right-handers, making our way down to the next DRS straight, which will be on the way down towards Ascari, that long chicane. He's invalidated here. We're still going to follow him for the rest of the lap though. Making his way down towards Ascari then. Nice, clean through. 53.9 was his sector 2 split, so we'll see how that compares to other drivers behind him. I believe Landlord is the next one round. Down that long straight now. He's backing off here to preserve his tyres for the next run then. So keeping an eye now on Salve Landlord, who's also making his way down that straight. And the AlphaTauri driver should go through as he makes his way towards Parabolica for the first time. And here comes the championship leader to set the first lap of the session. Well, what's it going to be? Towards the finish line, and it is a 1 minute 20.3, so not too bad a time. Zach Sherman set 1 minute 27.8 because he backed off at the end of the last sector. Next car to cross the line, if we find him here. That's Ericsson in the Alpine, who's gone second fastest. It's a decent start for him. We're looking to keep an eye on the two Mercedes cars. Both of them are coming through. Ethan into the pits. Curtis out of Parabolica is invalidated. So we have to wait for the next car, which I believe would be one of the Williams machines. And that's T110P fan, who's on an outlap as it stands. So now go to the McLaren behind him. And that is Huggyberg's PJ Calloway coming in the sector 2. Here comes Huggyberg. Sector 2 split was a 54.6. Let's see what things look like for him. Let's make his way off the last corner now and towards the line. What's it going to be for the McLaren driver? Can he exceed Landlord? He can't. He goes 1 minute third fast, 1 minute 22.9. It's not the best of laps here. Let's see if his teammate can exceed that. His split was a 54.0. But he's invalidated there, so we have to go and have another try. One of the Alfa Romeos coming in behind though. And that's Fergus to the last corner. He 53.2 his second sector split. Zach Sherman's out of the session. Only it looks like he's crashed at the exit of Ascari. Keep an eye on get to the Haas car here and see potentially what's happened to him here. He's lost the car on the exit of the Ascari chicane, and that puts him out. As Landor goes fastest again, 1 minute 19.9. Curtis through sector 3 here. Next across the line was BJ there, who went third fastest. One of the Ferraris coming through. I believe that was just start to run. It's Alex in the Ferrari this week. It's a bit of a change there. Next car through will be one of the two Mercedes machines. I'm assuming that'll be Curtis coming off the last corner down towards the line. Goes 6th fastest, 1 minute 21.2. It's not the best of times. A couple of seconds off here to start things. T110P found the last corner and down towards the line. P7 for him, just losing out to Curtis by 0.06 of a second. So still very tight there in the mid-pack. Ben and the Aston Martin make it to the final corner and towards the line. I think he's gone even slower there. 1 minute 21.7. So a couple tenths off. Here on the two McLarens out the last corner and towards the line. Huggy backed off, so his time won't matter really. Carried towards the line, validated once again. His time's 1 minute 21.4, which would have put him in 8th place, just in front of Ben and his teammate Huggy. Next car to cross the line will be Landlord, but I assume he'll be pitting this time because he's backed off here in the second sector. One of the reserves tonight, Aiche, making his way through. New name this season, haven't seen him over the course of season 12 so far. He's coming into the pits here. So he went 4 fastest there, 1 minute 20.5. And that's just in front of his teammate Ericsson, so Alpine team with a new lineup here, has a completely different lineup as opposed to the lineup that went for the majority of the season with Pope and Tinky Winky in the Alpines. Alright, let's see if the next car through, then that's BJ is making his way into the pits, and his teammate C110P fan will also be coming in by the looks of things until he's backing off. Lucky Lambert's on outlap here, so we'll have to see what he can do. Of course, he's had a poor run for him the last couple of weeks. He runs 4th in the championship, 117 points to his name. Over the line he comes to start his lap. The Tim McLaren's coming through. I assume they were pitting this time. Dan, the other AlphaTauri's on outlap here. He's invalidated that, but he'll be okay. We'll just keep going again. Yellow flag, and that's Alex in the Ferrari's out of session. Get over to the view of Curtis in the Mercedes to see what happened if he get around in time. He's awfully slow, so you might not be able to see it. He may have lost the car on the exit, and he has lost the car on the exit of Lesmo, and just like that, he's out. Very unfortunate for Alex then, who set the 10th fastest time, 1 minute 30. So should everyone set a lap, it wouldn't surprise me to see him at the back of the grid at the start of the race. This is not good for Ferrari, of course. Come into their historic place. Haven't had the best of seasons so far. The highlight being a recent pole position from Alvar, who isn't racing tonight. Alex is replacing him. Yellow flag, sector 3 now. That's one of the Red Bulls who's just gone off. And that's Websy, who may have had a bit of a run in at Scary there. They've managed to correct it and still get himself going again. Yellow flag on the Mercedes as well. Just holding each other up here. So he comes up to the last corner then towards the line. Let's see what he can do. Just over 9 minutes to go in the session here. Yeah, there we go. The 9-minute mark has been reached, so about halfway through the session at this point. As of right now, then, only half the pack are set times. It's Landlord who leads the way by a decent amount, by 3 tenths over Ferguson 2nd place, BJ in 3rd, Aiche 4th, Curtis in 5th, Ericsson 5th, 6th, Dan 7th. He's just set his time to go over the line, 7th fastest. Not too bad showing from AlphaTauri today. Fan in 8th, Ben 9th, Huggy 10th, and Alex out the session in 11th. And Courtney Goblin's also retired as well, so not quite sure what that's about. So Alex will not be starting in the back of the grid. He'll be starting in 18th place as things stand. Another yellow flag, and that's one of the McLaren cars is slowing up. That's PJ Coward who's now getting himself going again. He's on outlap as it stands. Fergus here through sector 1. Let's see what his first split looks like. Oh, he's a 10th up. And Landlord's just front. I'm not quite sure what his split was. We'll have to see what that is when they come towards the Scar in the next sector. Yellow flag sector 2. That's down. He's slowed up. You have to get himself going again though. And Landlord's invalid, so keep an eye on Fergus now, whose lap time is still valid as it stands. Through sector 2 now, Landlord moving over. Fergus flying past there. Oh, he's still just under 2 tenths up on his best effort so far. He needed a gargantuan final sector in order to pull this one off and take the provisional pole away from the championship leader in the AlphaTauri. He's making his way towards Parabolica now. That final right-hander as it stands. Into the last turn. Oh, that looks good. There's Blaze. His teammate goes fastest there in front of him. I'm at 19.7. And Fergus just misses out here. He's a quarter of a second up on his previous run, but still just behind Landlord, who's going for his next run now. But Salve Blade's going fastest here, and this is good because this is of course a weekend where he's trying to chase Landlord in the Drivers' Championship after he won in Belgium, and that helped him close in a little bit. But he failed to score last week at Zandvoort, finishing 16th as the DNF. And unfortunately, he didn't make it to the first pit stop. And that's why he now sits on 137 points while Landlord sits on 173. Landlord's trying to improve still. Ben's gone 7th fastest now. Webb's into the pits. Dan's inverted. Here comes Fan for the last turn, but I believe he was pitting as well. I know he's staying out. I can never tell with Fan's line sometimes. He goes 6th fastest there, so that puts the two Williams cars back on the side of the top. Of course, Paris isn't here. Although saying that, he was here last week, but isn't here this week. So, of course, a very unfortunate weekend for Williams. Last time out, in fact, they lost the Constructors' Championship lead to AlphaTauri, who sat 4 points behind going into the Netherlands, and now sit 18 points clear of the cars from Grove. Lucky Lambo goes 4th fastest there, 1 minute 20.2 at his first valid lap. 5.5 minutes to go. So Lucky Lambo there, propping himself up on the 4th row. Sorry, on the 2nd row, 4th place. So coming around here, he's backed off. The top 3 all back into the pits now. Fans still looking to try and improve. Pedro's backed off, so he's going to the pits this time. And Fan now also pitting as well. A lot of cars going to the pits here. We'll be seeing them in a minute or two for their final runs here as Ethan makes his way through Sector 2. Not sure what his first split was, but we'll be able to see what his second split is when he makes his way down the straight here towards Ascari. 200 miles an hour down that straight there, and he's almost a quarter of a second up on his previous effort, so that will put him potentially, should he get another 10th up on his final sector, potentially put him inside the top 10. So right on board with him now down towards Parabolica for however many laps he's done. Out the last turn now. He's going to the pits, so no lap won't be finished. I'm not sure why he did that, because that could have been a decent opportunity for him to potentially gain some places. Perhaps he's looking to try and take advantage of the fact that he gets free tyre choices. How you guys been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Right then, to Hockey Bear's times will be invalidated, and he'll start from the back of the grid for the Grand Prix. So that's 4 drivers now out, with 3.5 minutes left to go. Everyone in the pits except for Curtis, Ben and Fergus. Curtis is the only one that actually took a lap time at the moment. Curtis almost 2 tenths up on his previous second sector. So that could put him into 8th place, maybe even 7th, depending on how close it is. He's still very tight up there, with those drivers sitting 1 minute 20 as it stands. Lucky Lambert's left this session, so he's disconnected there. Hopefully we'll be able to get him back in before the end. Curtis towards the line. 5th fastest, so not too bad. He's gained another 2 tenths in that final sector. So good from him. Now 2.5 minutes left, and we'll start seeing drivers making their way out for the final runs. Ben on his outlap now, towards the line to begin his next timed effort. Currently runs 10th as Lucky Lambert rejoins. Down towards turn 1. You've got to be very careful with the throttle on the exit in terms of qualifying. too much throttle when you may spin out on the exit of turn 2. Yellow flag, that's one of the Mercedes cars who's slowed down a bit. I believe that's Curtis. He's going quite slow. Landlord has cut the chicane. So he can't do that, he can't go away because he's on outlap, so he's all good. Ethan making his way past him. There's Ben behind him on his effort, so... And that could seriously slow him up. Looks like he's gone away okay though, so things should be alright. We'll see what Ben's second split looks like. Towards the line. Towards the split line he goes. And he's almost a quarter of a second down. It's not the best of runs. Then yellow flag in sector 3. I believe Curtis will be the next car through. No, sorry, that'll be Ethan who's coming through to begin his, or what I can assume will be his final run here. He won't get time to getting another lap after this one. Yellow flag here, not quite sure what that's about. That's just everyone backing off for the time being to get things ready for their laps. So we enter the final minute of the session. It's still Subway Blaze on top and Landlord in second place. The Landlord's coming on a lap here. And Blaze making his way around, so that could change. The split, the Landlord, ooh, a whole hundred up on his previous time. 13 tenths in all. Ooh, a bit wide there. He managed to keep the lap valid. Blaze begins his final run. 20 seconds to go. And the split for Landlord now. Oh, 500ths of a second. Still not enough. He needs to pull out another couple of tenths here. Oh, he's lost control of the car, and there he goes. The AlphaTauri car losing his front wing there, and that'll be his lap over as the checkered flag falls. And that'll be second for Landlord, the best he can hope for. Blaze backing off here, so I think he knows he's safe in terms of pole position. Unless Lucky Landlord can do anything about it. Blaze retires. Don't really look like people making much improvements. Fans making his way through 6-2, so we'll see what his time looks like when he reaches the split. BJ also retiring now. Oh, he's 3 tenths up. And that could bring him potentially inside the top 3. Should he finish it off? Down the straight he comes, right on board with him now. Into the last turn. One of the McLarens going towards the line, making his way into the pits though. PJ, not going to set another time. Fan now towards the line. Can he set the pole position time? I don't think he can. He goes second fastest there. And that'll knock Landlord off of the front row for tonight's race. Lucky Lambert across the line, stays 5th. And Ericsson into the pits. Dan, the last driver to set a time here, he's invalidated. So that'll be that. Salve Blaze then on pole position for the Italian Grand Prix here at Monza. So brilliant time then from the Alfa Romeo driver. 1 minute 19.7. A tenth over this man who finished in second place, C110P fan. So there we go then, that's the results for qualifying then. So Salve Blaze goes fastest, with Fan in second place, Landlord third, the championship leader, Fergus 4th, Lucky 5th, Curtis 6th, BJ 7th, IJ 8th, PJ Khaled 9th, and Bennett rounding out your top 10s. That's qualifying then, and we shall join you back in a few minutes for the start of the race. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to the Racers Driving League Season 12 for round number 13 of the championship here. The Italian Grand Prix is a very close qualifying session then, and we'll take you through the starting lineup in just a minute, but the drivers are just getting ready to go here. A couple more seconds until the final 30-second countdown. About a minute or so until we get to racing. At least we're getting going for the formation lap. And hopefully tonight we could see a shift in the championship once again. Salve Landlord has quite a big lead here over Salve Blaze in second place, with BJ Van Leeuwen now third in the championship. But it's definitely all still to play for in terms, because anything could happen. Because we saw Blaze retire at the end of the start of last week's race. But this time around, he could be coming back in an attempt to try and close that championship gap a little bit more, as he failed to score last time out. And here we go then. This is the final 30-second countdown before we get going for tonight's race. Hopefully, should be a very exciting one. Hope you're looking forward to it. If you're new around here, then make sure to subscribe to the channel for more audio action, and let me know in the chat who's going to win the race. Okay, here we go. Time for the start of the Grand Prix. As the cars go off on the formation lap here, I'll take you through the starting lineup for tonight. Position then for Alfa Romeo, with Fan in second place, having set the second fastest time right at the depth of qualifying. It's Landlord in third place, the championship leader, hoping to try and extend that gap a bit more. Fergus in fourth place, Lucky in fifth, Curtis in sixth place today. BJ starting seventh for Williams. Iche, one of the reserves tonight, one of the debutants tonight, starting in eighth for Alpine. PJ Carr starts 9th in McLaren, and Ben rounds at your top 10 in the Aston Martin. It's Luigi Sven in 11th on Ferrari's home turf. Ericsson in 12th place. JB 13th. Ethan in 14th. Websey starting 15th for Red Bull. Dan the AlphaTauri starting in 16th place. And the back four, all of whom failed to make it to the end of the session. Alex starts in 17th. Zach Sherman starts 18th. Courtney Goblin starts in 19th for Red Bull. And finally, Huggy Bear, after getting disqualified from the qualifying session for blocking the pit lane, starts it from the back of the grid. So in terms of starting tyres, the soft tyre looks to be everyone's preference, save for 5 drivers in the bottom half of the grid. So Ethan, Websey, Zach Sherman, Courtney Goblin, Huggy Bear all starting on medium tyres, because the bottom 10 all get a free tyre choice for the Grand Prix itself. Whereas the top 10 are all locked on the tyres they did qualifying on. Making our way through sector number 3 now. We'll get ready for the start of the Grand Prix. It's into parabolic, there we go. Salve Blaze trying to claim back some points and close the gap in the Drivers' Championship a little bit more. Obviously, the Williams 2 tonight, Fan and BJ will be looking to try and close the gap to AlphaTauri that has opened up so much. The 18 points the advantage they have over the cars from Grove here. As the cars begin to line up on the grid. Blaze entering that number 1 pole position slot here for the start of the race. And this is it. There they are at the line. I can be a bit quick there in terms of getting into this grid slot. There you go then. Everyone now into their stalls as we get ready to go racing. So here we go then. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, 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 go. And it's a great getaway there from Salve Blaze over Fan as they make their way down towards turn 1. The Alfa Romeo moving to the right to try and cover him off. There goes Fan back to the outside as they come towards that first corner. Blaze defending inside. And here goes the Alfa Romeo, who overshoots turn 1 to a decent extent. Landau trying to go around the outside. Blaze forcing off the track a little bit. There's a yellow flag at the back in turn 1. I think everyone's gotten away clean, though. Might be the low speeds. Blaze gets away, but he's got Landau right in his tail here, so they make their way through Cover Grande for the first time. Landau looking to the outside and trying to go back inside. He'll have the high line going into the chicane here. These two go side by side into the second sector. Blaze gets the edge and ekes out in front there. And BJ will try and go on the attack if he can. But what an opening that scrap there between those two. Going so well with each other, so clean at the start. Everyone getting away nice and easy. Fans getting a couple places now. The 2 Williams cars are in a decent position there in 3rd and 4th. Of course, this is the first race this season they've gone into it not leading the championship. Zyche and Fergus go side by side. The Alpine driver getting the edge on this occasion as they make their way down towards Ascari for the first time. The top four have pulled away a little bit here. And Landlord will be chasing Blaze. They make their way down the straight towards Parabolica for the first time. BJ going slightly off course there. Fergus dropping back here. Here comes JB. Where did he come from? He's made a bunch of places on this opening lap. Here comes Curtis with him. There's your predicted pit stop strategy at the bottom of the screen. We're looking at a one stop here today, regardless of what tyres you start on. Oh, and there's contact between Curtis and Fergus. And PJ's now looking inside. I think the Alfa Romeo may have damage here. He's making his way into the pits for the first time today. As Blaze sets the fast lap to kick this one off. 1 minute 25 to start the Grand Prix. Lucky, Alex, Zaksho and Huggy all coming into the pits. They may have sustained damage from that yellow flag at the start of the lap. There's JB now passing Curtis. They still go side by side. The exit at turn 2. Down the making their way towards the right-hander. JB has the edge now. So moving up into 6th place there. Brilliant start from him. Let's have a look at the positions gained. He's gained 7 places off the start. Dan has gained 6. Scotty Goblin's gained 5. Fergus has lost 4, as has Fergus has lost 12, as has Lucky Lambert there. So not the best of starts for them. Blaze has remained consistent. BJ's gained 4 places, and Fan has lost 2. Sorry, so I'm getting myself confused. It's BJ who's been making up places, not Fan. But either way, the 2 Williams cars in a very good position here to kick this one off. Down the straight they go towards Ascari once again. It's still Blaze in control, but he may not be in control for much longer because eventually the DRS will start coming up. In a lap's time, we could be seeing these two leaders go side by side. Blaze needs to start winning now in the event of Lando winning more races in the Drivers' Championship as it stands. So Blaze needs to get things going and just start winning races. Off the last corner and towards the line, then to complete lap 2. Fastest lap once again, 1 minute 22.1. Down the straight they go. DRS has been enabled now. They got 8 tenths between those two as it stands. Archer back up into 5th place. JB still there in 6th. Curtis looking around trying to find an opening, but there is none for the time being. And there goes Callagher at the inside. Where did he come from in the McLaren? From a long way back. PJ Callagher going for it and being forced onto the grass there as a result. And it was Dan running outside. There's lots of place to result. And there goes one of the cars that's gone off there. Not quite sure what it was. I think that may have been Ericsson. He's dropped back a number of places now. That's down him down to P14. In terms of the tyres that those guys picked further back, they're going for 4 of them are going for medium tyres. Sorry, 4 of them are going for hard tyres, except for Alex is on mediums here. And Lando now going to have DRS to make their way down the back straight and towards Ascari for the 3rd time. And he's closing in by a decent amount. He might try and set something up for going down the main straight. And Ben's out of the session. Ben has crashed the car at the exit of the 2 levels. That's a virtual safety car here for the first time today. Oh, and there goes Landlord. Landlord loses the car off the exit of the corner. And the championship leader is out of the Italian Grand Prix. And that's a full course safety car. Absolutely expected. But Landlord lost the car at the exit of Ascari and is out of the race. Unbelievable scene here. 2 retirements in 1 lap as the championship leader out of the Grand Prix. Ben out as well. Blaze into the pits here. And he could be in a golden position here to try and gain back all those points should he win the race today. So full safety car been deployed there. He's gone to a set of medium tyres here. So that's mandatory pit stop now out of the way. I doubt you can take those medium tyres all the way to the end of the race. And Fergus also retiring from the session as well. He's lost the car in Ascari E2. Where is he there? And there he is. We've lost the car. That's 3 retirements in the space of pretty much 1 lap as BJ now inherits the lead and Fan in 2nd place. And this could be a big opportunity for BJ and Blaze to make up some places in the championship as it stands. Or at least make up some points and some ground to the championship leader who retires from the race. And I can't imagine how frustrating that must be. So BJ then leads the way with Fan in 2nd place. JB now up to 3rd. Dan in 4th. Curtis 5th. Calvin 6th, Luigi Sven 7th, Websy 8th, Ethan 9th, and Blaze now in 10th. iChain 11th, Courtney Goblin 12th, Ericsson 13th, Lucky Lambert 14th, Alex 15th, Zach Sherman 16th, Huggy Bear 17th. These bottom 3 now have an opportunity to catch up to the back of the pack and really get their race started. So congratulations to the 3 drivers who lost in this race so far. So Williams cars now in great control of the race. So far, half of the pack are running so far right now. I've made those stops to begin lap 5 of this Grand Prix. I'll be back shortly. I'll bring you further coverage of the safety car in just a moment. Alright, I'm now back. We'll be able to get back to, hopefully we'll be able to get back to racing shortly. Huggy Bear is currently in the chicane, the Nivel Irish chicane. Still no sign of the safety car coming in. Could potentially go another lap waiting for Huggy Bear to catch back up unless the safety car chooses to come in down the straight towards Parabolica. We've seen it happen before. Safety car pitting soon to pit slightly later. I dare say most likely it could pit this lap. So actually, I'm going to go around one more time here. Yep, one more lap behind the safety car, and we're going to go back to racing again. So in terms of tyres, the drivers are coming for stops. Only Courtney Gold went onto a fresh set of soft tyres. That's a bit of a different decision compared to the rest of the field. They still have the top 7 all on soft tyres, and of course Websy and Ethan, who started on the mediums, they yet to stop. So through cover ground they go, and it's still BJ who'll be in the lead on the restart. How will Pham respond to his teammate? Will he try and pass him for the lead into turn 1, or will he stay back and fend off everyone else for the time being? It's looking more and more likely that Williams will leave Italy as the leaders in the Constructors' Championship. Unless, of course, Dan, who's there in 4th place right now, does anything to try and change that. So coming towards the Sector 2 split, and I wouldn't be surprised if I would be surprised if we weren't going now. Waiting for the message from race control to tell us we are going back to racing. And here we go then. Safety car in this lap now. What will BJ do in terms of controlling the field for the restart? So it's BJ, Fan, JB, Dan, and Curtis. "17 cars left in the Grand Prix now. All there on the straight all together as one. Now when does BJ go? JB trying to pull alongside here. And does BJ catch them napping? Maybe not as much as he would have liked here. He's not getting away. Found both cars deploying their DRS and the ERS are in the restart. We're back to racing here at lap number 7. JB could try and go for 2nd place to make the way down towards turn 1. Does anyone go late on the brakes? I think everyone's okay for the time being. Oh, no, it's Blaze struggling to avoid one of the cars there. He's dropped back a couple places there. Oh, and there's contact, and there's a couple of guys down into the gravel, and one of them is Blaze there. Connie Goblin driving Blaze onto the grass. No idea what's just happened. No idea why he did that, sorry. Luigi's fed into the chicane. The Ferrari backs out, allowing the McLaren to move up. PJ now in 6th place. Courtney Goblin now passing Alex here. Alex dropping back in that Ferrari. And there's Blaze making the pass as well, so he's looking to 14th now. So the charge is now back on for Blaze. There's a decent opportunity to try and close up some more points, and he needs to close up some more points as of right now, because as it stands, he won't gain anything. And Lando will remain the leader of the championship. BJ got away quite well on the restart, as did Fan. JB and Dan still right there behind, as they have to getting challenged by the Mercedes here to make their way down towards Parabolica. Should he go for a move? Both drivers using the ERS, and no one has the advantage as it stands. Fan just 6 tenths behind BJ as it stands. Blaze now passing Zach Sherman for 13th. Down towards turn 1 once again. Blaze beyond the chase. Here comes Zach Sherman trying to look to the inside. No point trying to go late on the brakes. Holds the car for the time being. Still there in P14. Ashek currently holding on to the last championship point as it stands. He's got his teammate Ericsson just behind him there. Meanwhile up front, I think Fallon's trying to go for the lead here. He's very close to the back of his teammate. He was within a tenth a moment ago. JB dropping back here. Down the straight they come. Into Ascari once again. Out of the chicane and down towards Parabolica. Out of the final turn here. The DRS will get deployed this lap. We won't see it being utilised until we get back down to Ascari. As Alex now passing Lucky Lambert into the Parabolica. Blaze now closing up on the back of that train. The next car in front of him is Courtney Goldman, the driver who of course he had an altercation with on the restart. Fan 14 but oh, had a bit of lag there, so he went wide, but then came back on the track. Courtney Goblin here has passed Ericsson in the race for P11. Blaze now has a new target to be chasing, as he's now going to look to the inside of the other Alpine. Through cover, ground they go. Goes side by side with him here. Nice and clean as they make their way down towards the chicane. One of them's got to back out, and the Alpine chooses to forfeit this one for the time being. Courtney Goblin now back up inside the points. Blaze will be looking for the lead here, but tell you who else? Sorry, Blaze will be looking for the next position. Siemens and P-Fan will be looking for the lead. He's using that DRS to his advantage here. JB doesn't have DRS, that could give Dan an opportunity to try and close in a bit more. No one really tries to go for a move for the time being, except for Salve Blaze, who's going to the outside of Ericsson into the chicane, and he does get the move done. And now he's trying to set up the next Alpine. Trying to pass, can't waste any time here. He's trying to get himself back up inside those points playing places. He's going to look to the inside here. The Alfa Romeo looking to try to get the job done. Side by side through Parabolica, and he gets the job done. Brilliant stuff there. Fans still on the chase. As Alex gets hit with a penalty for multiple warnings. That's 3 seconds to his name. It's first tonight, and it looks like Curtis has been hit with one as well. If I'm not mistaken, so my apologies for missing that. It's all single file here between the rest of the guys behind him. Dan currently holding off JB, that podium place, and Louis just taking the position. So it's a good job for him. Just need to keep my eye here on South Blaze's chance back to the field. Courtney Goblin currently right behind Ethan, as Louis just makes the pass to PJ, dropping back here. The car is okay, so I'm not quite sure what that was. He may have made a mistake. He's now in prime position to try and get Websy back, so he uses the RS on the exit. He's not going to use it, but he's closing in, trying to close in using the rear wing. Salve Blaze really catching Courtney Goblin now. The gap 4 tenths between them. That's just become 2 here. I believe Fan might be going for the lead here. Is he close enough? He could go for it, to be honest, if he gets close enough. Couple of cars into pits here. BJ moving over to the right hand side. Could that be allowing Fan through? C110P fan takes over the lead into turn 1. Could the Williams pair just try and get away now? As Luigi Sven and Callo both enter the pit lane. Both of them onto sets of medium tyres here. Now what is BJ up to? Why did he move over and just allow Fan through like that? We could get some answers here down this next straight. Blaze now up into 8th place as well, thanks to some of the pit stops, and he's still chasing the Red Bull. BJ now with the DRS is using his battery as well on the exit to try and close in a little bit more. So these two could be to an actual through to try and build a lead over Dan and Curtis. Dan's trying to get close enough to them to actually get back in the DRS range. So it's safe for the time being as the two Williams cars make their way down towards Parabolica for the 11th time. It's been a brilliant race so far. Yellow flags at 3 and that's Zach Sherman out of the race. I believe Ascari may have found another victim, and he has, and it's a safety car. And there is Zach Sherman, who I'm thinking maybe this wasn't an incident in the corner. He may have had a coming together with someone on the racetrack. Ericsson's been hit with a penalty here. So C110P fan this time the lead into the second safety car of the day. And Blaze now in a very good position here because he's up in 5th place as it stands. And he's with the second highest driver who has made the mandatory pit stop. But Cockney Goblin's going to pit again because he was on those soft tyres. I doubt he can get those to the finish. He'd have to go. He'll have done a good. If I'm not mistaken, my maths are correct. He'll have done 22 laps on the soft tyres if he wants to make them all the way to the finish line. So the 4 cars now out of the race is down to 16 drivers. The next thought is, do either one of the Williams cars come into the pits on this lap? Because they couldn't get away with double stacking, so one of them will have to stay out. I'm sure they're able to work this out. Or do both of them stay out and try and go longer? I mean, I doubt the soft tyres can take them any longer than they have to. So they are double stacking here. I've seen Cockney Goblin doing the exact opposite, both staying out. It's a game of tactics between Red Bull and Williams here. But the two Red Bulls stay out. Fan into the pits. BJ just behind them there. And it's not too bad a double stack. I haven't lost too much here. There's Dan over, just passing them there. Curtis will get him on the exit. Where is JB? Will he get into? No, BJ only falls back to 8th place. He's just in front of JB, so that's a good position to be in because that's who he was in front of before the safety car came out. So Williams cars having now stopped in a very good position. And I believe this does mean everyone has made a stop in this race. Oh, apparently not. It looks like Ethan and Webbsy yet to make stops. Webbsy now shows the way in that Red Bull. Lap number 13 of this race. 14 laps to go when we cross the line. I'll give you quite a way back here. He's on a set of soft tyres. Is that a fresh set? Yes, it is. So everyone's coming to the pits except for the top 4, which is being Webbsy, Goblin, Blaze, and Ethan. Everyone else is pitted, and only Ethan and Webbsy need to stop for the first time. Come around here for the end of lap number 13 and the start of lap 14. So the order as it stands at the halfway mark of the race, Webbsy in the lead, Cockney Goblin in second place, Salvo Blaze in 3rd, Ethan 4th, C110P Fan in 5th, Dan in 6th, Curtis 7th, BJ now 8th, JB 9th, Luigi Sven in 10th, it's IJ in 11th place, PJ Canada in 12th, Alex in 13th, Ericsson 14th, Lucky Lambert 15th, and Huggy Bear in 16th place. Oh, there's been a bit of an altercation in the back there, and Alex, Ericsson, and Lucky will drop back a bit to get us going again. And hopefully we'll be able to get back to racing this lap as soon as Huggy Bear catches back up. Coming towards that second sector split, as Huggy Bear rejoins the back of the pack. So we're going to racing this time. Cotton Cobbler's massively dropped back here. The safety car is coming in this lap. It's Websy, the 2 Rebel cars in control. Websy leading them. Salvo Blaze in a great position to potentially try and definitely try and get some of those points back in terms of the Drivers' Championship. He'd be gaining back because of Landlord's retirement. So they come then towards Parabolica. All 16 cars left in the race there as one in one shot. And Websy's caught them napping here. He's already pulled away to about almost a second's advantage. And when they round Parabolica and get back in the race, green flag back out. Websy's really caught them napping here. We are back on the way now. Lap number 15, 13 laps to go. The 2 Rebels charging away now. As Blazers let's try and chase them down. BJ trying to make some early moves here. He's going to go to the inside of Curtis into turn 1. Very audacious on the brakes here, mate. Stick 2. So BJ up into 7th. Of course, in terms of the Constructors' Championship, Williams still behind in terms of points because Dan's up there bringing a decent haul home. Right now it's 16 points for Williams. So he needs to get a couple more points as Huggy Bear makes the move on Lucky Lambert for 15th place. Behind them now, Blazer starts to catch Cottony in the Red Bull. He's trying to clue back in. Top 3 have really pulled away here. Ericsson gets hit with a penalty for multiple warnings. That's 4 cars tonight with penalties. Webb's been closed down an awful lot here at the end of this first lap from the restart. Websy now pulling over, going from side to side, trying to break the toe here. Down towards turn 1, it looks like Fans is battling Ethan into that first corner. And Mercedes driver's might lose out. No, he gets better traction on the exit. Oh, and there goes Fan, and there goes down onto the grass as well. Yellow flag, sector 1, both of them getting away. But what was that there? Turn 1 seems to be the place of instance here tonight. Does Fan have damage? Has he gotten away with it? I think he might be okay. Yes, he is. And Dan obviously doesn't have damage, otherwise he wouldn't be going as quickly as he is. We get a DRS next time round, so in a lap's time, we could be looking at a pass for the lead, similar to what we saw with the 2 Williams cars earlier on. It's only that point total for Williams could be in danger. Down the straight they come. Blaze here on the chase using that battery for his advantage. Could he try and take on the 2 Red Bulls solo? He's got more battery than both of them. So he could use that to his advantage down the main straight. Does Websy try and break the toe again to his teammate? DRS now enabled. Here we go. Ethan into the pits here. His first stop of the race. Now Websy's the only driver who hasn't pit yet. And I have no doubt Courtney or Goblin may want to pit. because he definitely won't be on those soft tyres for another 10 laps. Archer makes the pass to Luigi Sven there for 7th. JB chasing BJ and Curtis. So the chicane they come. Nice and smooth, everyone. It does look like these two will be getting the DRS on race leader Websy as they make the way off the down towards Ascari once again. Blaze using his battery and his DRS, but not getting as much running as he would have liked. Connie Goblin also has that DRS wide. A good start, potentially seeing some more moves down the main straight as BJ makes the pass on Curtis into Ascari. Great run there. Off the corner they come, 4 cars all together there. Luigi Sven and Dan and Alex running there for good measure. The two Ferraris trying to fight back, trying to get double points finish at their home track. As Curtis gets back past BJ here, and down the main straight they come. Blaze now right on the tail of Courtney Goblin as they charge towards turn 1. Within their final 10 laps, Websy being seriously chased here. Down to that first corner, Courtney Goblin looking to the outside into the first corner. Falls back behind Websy as BJ gets the pass done on Curtis into turn 1. Curtis over the sausage curb a little bit there. And JB and Archer making a bit of contact as well. Lucky Lambert is going back and forth here, and he's managed to get away with things. Archer has gone through one of the bollards towards Cova Grande as he's dropping back places now outside of the points. Huggy Bear, who's spent a lot of the race to the back, is now up inside the points. The two McLaren cars could claim some points here today. They were chasing the two Ferraris in front of them. Here come the leaders once again out of Tulesmos. Webster's now got 9 tenths, and it could almost be a second here. He's definitely increasing that gap as it stands. Blaze using ZRS for half of a straight there in order to really get a good run. And he did get a good run too. He's really gained a lot of time. Drivers starting to split up a little bit more now. As Peter and Callum and Huggy Bear go side by side. As Callum gets the edge. As they go into Ascari. Oh, and around goes Huggy Bear. Oh, and there goes Lucky Lambert with him. Synchronized spinning, if ever I saw it, or very close to synchronized spinning at the very least. And it looks like Lucky is living up to his name. He's got away with no damage there. Huggy Bear with end plate damage. As BJ sets the fastest lap of the race now, and a lot of drivers coming to the pits here. Courtney Goblin's in. Websy stays out. So that now leaves Blaze to try and chase down the Red Bull. As Dan looks to pass JB into turn 1. Side by side. Who gets the better traction? They're still dead even as they make their way down towards Cova Grande. Ethan now sits the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute 22.0. These two still side by side. No one giving an inch here. But it looks like JB will have to back out here. Alex is right behind him, looking to pounce as well. Just keeping an eye on him. Luigi's fending up into 8th place. BJ Callum 9th. And Ericsson currently in 10th, holding off C110P fan. He's trying to fight back. So BJ in a very good position now in terms of points. He could definitely try and beat the points total of AlphaTauri here. He's going to try and get past Salway Blaze here. Has no DRS. He's 2 seconds back from Websy here. As BJ goes around the outside into Ascari. Blaze backs out. Smart choice, but doesn't want to let him get away too much. So we want to try and claim the place back if we can. As JB gets hit with a penalty for multiple warnings. Down the straight. Websy now building an advantage as Adji gets hit with the penalty as well. So that's 7 drivers now with penalties as it stands. So here come the leaders then, off of the corner, off Parabolica and down towards turn 1 once again. Back number 20 here. We've got 8 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Alex now making the pass on JB. Those two going side by side into turn 1. Looks like the Ferrari have the edge here. Down to that first corner. JB going a lot later on the brakes, goes on the grass a little bit. And that could have potentially been disastrous for the Haas driver. He's managed to make light of that situation. Lucky Lambert passes Archer, goes into the pits here. The Haas and the Ferrari side by side here. And it looks like Alex has the edge to make the way into the Piratella chicane. Still 2 seconds the gap between Websy and BJ now. Blaze will be trying to fight back, but he's dropping back now. So right now only 15 points gained. Although I have no doubt that Websy will probably want to pit here, because of course he's yet to make a stop in this Grand Prix. The only driver who's yet to stop, and that'll put BJ into the lead and Blaze into second place. So battle for second could quickly become back to the lead in the closing stages. Down there in fourth, trying to keep AlphaTauri's constructors lead alive. But when does Websy pit? This time, got 7 more laps. I doubt this medium tyres go too much longer. Blaze on the DRS, trying to close back in, but he's currently out of range of BJ. That could be a problem. Down towards turn 1, he could get himself back in range here, but I think he may have just lost out. As Luigi Sven and JB going side by side into the first corner. Again, Hassan and Fry going head to head down the straight. This one you never thought you would have seen last year in these cars. Courtney Goldwyn with another penalty. He's done a set of soft tyres now. Luigi Sven's all over JB as they make their way through Coa Grande once again. Blaze Mill trying to get back inside DRS range. But these two are really going at it, hammer and tong for that position. Into the chicane. JB holding on to it for the time being. Brilliant camera angle again here. He goes a little bit wide into the gravel there. And Luigi Sven could try and take advantage into the right hander. And he does take advantage. He's on the inside, but JB's still all over him there. Could he get good traction? Goes a little bit too wide, and that could be the end of it. And Blaze now really dropping back here. And he's beginning to fall victim to Curtis in the Mercedes. BJ now chasing Websy as JB gets back past the Ferrari. Ericsson behind them, passing PJ into the chicane. You can see on SMP fan now all over them. Oh, Khaled, very squirrely there on the exit of Ascari and down the straight. Fan trying to use his DRS. Could he try and get a run into his Parabolica? I think that'll be as close as he gets for the time being. Off the corner they come. Ericsson going down low here. Yellow flag, sector 2, and that's Huggy Bear. He's run into a problem here. But he's got to turn around again though. Into turn 1. Dan and Sully Blaze going side by side. Curtis has made the move stick. Oh, down. A bit squirrely on the exit and fourth back to 6th here. Alex now in 5th place. Could he try and pass the Alfa Romeo next? As of right now, you could say BJ's got this race on lock as it stands, because Websy will need to pit regardless. He's about to take the... And everyone else behind him has penalties. Look at the penalties here, so he'll have to stop him more sensitive. If he gets a penalty, or if he gets a penalty or two, then that'll mean that things are even Stevens in terms of who's got what in terms of disciplinaries. BJ now looking to the right hand side up towards Ascari, and he takes the lead away from Websy, who has no choice but to back out. And I have no doubt who he's trying to stop for a set of soft tyres to go to the end on. Curtis now in 3rd, Alex 4th, Blaze in 5th, and certainly those hopes he had of trying to take as Alex's penalty there, so that'll put Blaze back into 4th. Regardless, his hopes of taking some points off Landlord here slowly slipping away. Websy's still staying out here as BJ begins lap number 23, his first lap in the lead. Curtis now trying to give chase. Blaze on DRS range being challenged by Dan behind him as they enter that first turn, but Dan has no battery, there's no ERS. We're thinking about trying to go for it anyway. Around the outside, a little bit of wheel banging there into that first turn, and Dan, oh, not the best of exits for him there. He's forced Blaze wide, and Blaze now dropping to 6th place. Things aren't looking good for the Alfa Romeo driver anymore. Things have slowly fallen apart from over the course of this race. Meanwhile, Alex, that 6-second penalty, we try and chase Curtis. But he'll still officially finish 3 seconds behind at the end of the Grand Prix. He's got no DRS here, so he makes his way down towards the sky once again. Luigi Sven going side by side with Blaze now as they enter Ascari. Bit of contact between them. He's going to get a penalty if multiple warnings. Oh, and Blaze getting away. Very tight between those two. JB could try and go back on the attack. This battle's still going on here. As Luigi Sven tries to get a toe into Parabolica. He won't for the time being. Websy finally calls it quits and enters the pit lane. And Dan is in a very good position in terms of trying to take 2nd place. Or at least trying to take 3rd. As Curtis is really being chased by Alex now. Salvo Blaze really in the middle of a train here. Trying to pass JB against chicane. He's got no ERS left. And BJ still has half his battery left as it stands. He's still got 3 laps to go, so he could use it if you want to. Even if you've got a penalty from here, be safe. If I have a look at the race director here and just see in terms of warnings what he's got. There's one there. And then he's... I think that's all he's got. No, there's 2. Could there be one more? No, he's on 2 warnings as of right now in terms of penalties, so he could still get one. So you make a mistake. I don't normally look at the race director. I hope he didn't miss anything. Connie Golding's been moved up to 11th. He just passed Lucky Lambert. C110P fan trying to pass PJ Coward, who's trying to pass Ericsson. Who's looking to battle at Luigi's Fenn if he could. DRSB open once again for Blaze, who's trying to pass JB on the run towards that first corner. A lot of drivers with penalties here. So the pack will equal out. Does Blaze go for it? No, he doesn't. Sticks in line. PJ passing Ericsson now through turn 1. Through Kilogrander they come. ITS it's fast up now, 1 minute 21.5. BJ in a world of his own here. As it stands right now, he'll be winning by 10.5 seconds. But of course, Curtis and Dan will be finishing 2nd and 3rd as it stands. Oh, there goes Alex, around he goes! And Alex is off his front wing. And once again, Ascari finds another victim. Alex dropping back his chances of points. If they weren't over before, they definitely are now. He's down to 8th and should fall out of the points anyway. Well, no, sorry, it'll fall back. Yeah, so that's pit from the front wing. And that's his race over. I have no doubt, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him retire here. It's very unfortunate, but Alex's race looked promising. Now just 2 laps to go. BJ definitely in the world of his own. Ethan with a penalty here. That's 3 seconds now to his name for the first time in this race. BJ now the 7th with a 7-second lead over Curtis in 2nd place now, and Dan in 3rd. So Dan will be finishing 2nd in this race unless Curtis pulls out the 2nd and a half of this last lap and a half. Yellow flag, sector 3, and that's Huggy Bear out of the race. Could be able to see him before he despawns here. On BJ's on board. And there he is. Not so lucky with the barriers as other cars have been over the course of the day. I'll tell you, one car has kept that, driver has kept out of the barriers, and that's BJ. He's making his way around here to start his final lap of the Italian Grand Prix. He's got almost an entire straight's worth of the lead. So he's driven a brilliant race all day. Huggy Bear then, we're down to 15 cars. C110P fan making the pass on Ericsson. Subway Blaze only be getting 8 points on Landlord here, so the AlphaTauri driver definitely having lucked out. Unless drivers in front will get hit with more penalties in this last lap. As PJ Howard now making the pass. Those two going side by side into turn 1. Hopefully they keep it clean. Oh, Websy also making a move on Ethan. Blaze dropping back here. He will get that place back unless he finishes 2 seconds behind PJ. So here comes BJ going to the end of the 2nd sector and into the last sector for the final time. Into Ascari he goes. Hasn't been made a victim of the chicane yet, and won't be now, as he makes his way towards Parabolica for the final time, And this could definitely help in terms of trying to shift the Constructors' Championship back towards Williams here. As they round the final corner. It's not Salve Landlord, it's not Salve Blaze, it's BJ who comes through here to take the victory here at Monza. Curtis will come home in second place on track, but Dan will finish second officially thanks to that penalty. And Curtis will come home in the third spot. JB fourth, Luigi Sven fifth, PJ Callett will jump back a couple places here. C110P fan finishes fourth place in the end. JB fifth, Luigi Sven sixth. And that's wait for orders will be sorted out here. But it's BJ then who takes the win. All in all, a brilliant race here. It's a total of 37 points for Williams to AlphaTauri's 18. I believe that is just about enough for them to get back the lead of the Constructors' race. So BJ then is the winner. Brilliant race then. Dan gets driver of the day in the game. So there are your top three then. BJ winning the race. Then it's Dan in second and Curtis in third. And that'll help Williams take over the lead of the Constructors' Championship once more in what was a very exciting race. I definitely enjoyed it. I hope you did too. There are your final results then. BJ wins the race from 7th on the grid with Dan in 2nd and Curtis in 3rd. C110P fan 4th, JB 5th, Luigi Sven 6th, Lucky Lambert 7th, Salve Blaze in 8th place in the end, not at all what you would have wanted. 9th goes to Websy and 10th goes to Cottony Goblin. So in a moment I'll be able to see if I can get BJ to join me for a quick post-race interview. Alright, I'm being told that he can't make it. So we'll move on to see if Dan wants one. But yeah, all in all, a brilliant race. I do hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. I will invite Dan here to a party, and we'll see what he has to say on the race itself. I do need to unmute my mic, so one moment. Good stuff. Alright, and Dan is now here, so we'll get a quick interview with him here. Dan, mate, well done. Congratulations on that second place finish. In the end, the win just eluded you. Talk me through the race from your perspective. What did you think?
Yeah, obviously, thank you for... I think qualifying, I always struggle. I didn't expect to be down in P16. I think top 10 was definitely on the cards in quali for me, but I think just having those fresh softs at the beginning and being able to cut my way through the field while it seemed like everybody else was struggling, whether it was with tyre temps or tyre wear, it just felt as if I had so much more grip than everyone else around me. So, you know, being able to pass people and just keep my car in line, which I know my teammate didn't do. I'm not too sure what happened there, unfortunately. But yeah, there were a few moments with other drivers where I went down places, but to be able to get back up and go up into the podium places again, it was a good race from my perspective anyway.
Alright, well, yeah, it sounded like you had a very enjoyable one. Talk me through about the safety cars there. So, did the safety car bring about any change in strategy for you, or were you hoping for that?
When the first safety car came out, obviously, I thought that I could maybe stretch myself to go a bit further. I thought it would, you know, maybe give me a bit more pace towards the end of my stint and the end of the race as well over others. But when that second safety car came out, I think it said for me to pit that lap anyway. So I just dived in and I managed to jump one of the Williams because of it. Obviously, I think that Williams ended up going up like 10 seconds up the road in the lead anyway. So it didn't make too much of a difference. Obviously, the soft medium was always the plan. But yeah, I wish the safety car kind of did a bit more, but then again, I got a podium, so I can't really complain.
Alright, fair enough. And then last question then. Next week's race will be in Singapore on the Marina Bay Street Circuit. Is Singapore a decent track for you, or could that be a struggle next week?
Historically, it's been quite a good track. I got P2 there last season, and it was probably one of my better races. But I also think a little bit fluky as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. It varies. I think the whole grid is sort of varying week to week as to how they perform and everything. And while it's fun, it does mean obviously this might be now 2 podiums in a row, and if I end up finishing 8th, I might be slightly disappointed. So I got to try and ground myself a bit, and hopefully I can, keep the podiums coming.
Oh, well, hopefully we get to see you do that over the next couple of weeks. Thank you for joining me, and you're free to go off and enjoy a podium, mate. So well done with that.
Brilliant, thank you.
No problem. Alright then, well, if you want to catch Dan having a go at Singapore next week, in next week's racing, make sure to join us here on the Zach RC channel, live from 7 PM as always. So with that then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in next week's race. Once again, hope you did enjoy watching, and with that, goodbye. See you next week.